Hi guys, welcome to our live session. I hope you all are doing good. So for today's live session, we have Sasirekha Vasu as our guest. She's a certified nutritionist and intermittent fasting coach, and she goes by the handle Fasting and More. We'll just wait for her to join in, and then we'll begin with the session. All right, so she has joined in. I'll just quickly invite her and then we can begin. Also, guys, if you have any other questions or queries, please feel free to drop in and she'll be addressing all of them by the end of the session.
Hey, hi, Vaishnavi.
Hi, Sasirekha. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So,
Okay.
welcome to Girls Buzz.
Yeah, thank you.
We have a bunch of questions for you. So, we'll quickly start off with them.
Okay.
So, first things first, Sasirekha, tell us something about yourself.
Okay. So basically, I am currently a nutritionist and, working and an intermittent fasting coach,
Yeah.
working full time for this. And I'm settled in New York. And so initially, when I was in India, I was an engineer working for a hardware concern. And then I moved here, learned nutrition, made this a part of my lifestyle. And then, and that's how my journey began into intermittent fasting. So I have a son who's 3 years old and full time. Right now, I'm full time onto this, but yes, looking for other alternatives as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, how did your fitness journey start off?
So basically, I was like postpartum when I started this intermittent fasting. I was like very heavy that I was not able to move around. I had severe joint pains, and then in
Okay.
US you don't get that domestic help that that leverage that
Yeah.
we have in India. So everything you
Right.
have to do it by yourself. With the 6 months old, I was like battling every day to move around with my weight, postpartum weight.
Yeah.
So that's when
Yeah.
I read about intermittent fasting and I started practicing it, and then a little bit of efforts from my side as well. Constantly I was not able to do big things like going to the gym, but I just
Yeah.
made an effort to walk around the block every day, and then I shed around 30-35 postpartum weight,
Wow.
35 kgs of postpartum weight. I was started around 96, 95, and then right now I'm toggling between 65 and 62. So
Wow, that's great.
that's my journey. That's how I learned about intermittent fasting. Then I took a diploma course to study about it, and then into nutrition and International Sports and Science Academy in USA. So I did that one, and yes, now I'm certified to coach people with
Yeah.
the right thing. Yes.
Wonderful. So, when did you start off as an official coach for intermittent fasting?
It was, to be very precise, it is 1.5 years ago when I finished my
Okay.
diploma in intermittent fasting, but still I was pursuing my nutrition. I have a double degree in nutrition. So I did
Okay.
a very short-term course in USA, and then I did a very elaborate course as well. So officially it is 1.5 years before when I started coaching people with intermittent fasting.
All right. Perfect. So, for all the people here, can you explain that what exactly intermittent fasting means?
Okay. So intermittent fasting is a very simple, like, what our ancestors did in the past, like eating an early dinner and, having breakfast right time in the morning. That is all. So
Right.
now that we have the leverage of, buying food from outside anytime at the tip of your mobile phone, what you do
Yeah.
is you order at untimely hours and we're eating in the middle of the night whenever we crave food and stuff like that. So intermittent fasting is fasting for a certain period of time and eating within a stipulated window wherein you're going to restrict your calories as well, intake as well. So when you're
Yeah.
losing weight, there are certain windows that we follow, but then once you reach your goal weight, you go into a maintenance mode where you just have to eat dinner between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning. So as simple
Okay.
as that. So that is what intermittent fasting is. It is, and it is not as scary as people think it to be.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, you simplified it so well for all
Yeah.
of us. So, does intermittent fasting has several types? And if yes, then what are they?
So intermittent fasting basically, starts with a 16-hour window. So that is the
Okay.
worldwide known window where standard fasting window is fast for 16 hours. So meaning you skip your breakfast and then you go to lunch directly, or you can have your breakfast and skip your dinner. So whatever works
Okay.
as per your schedule. So you skip one meal, you go for lunch say 12 o'clock, and then you close your window at 8 p.m. In the night. And then after
Yeah.
that, you don't eat anything within that 8 to morning 12 hours. So you can drink water, black coffee or green tea, or nothing else. So
Yeah.
there's 16 is to 8, 18 is to 6, 20 hours of fasting. There's 23 is to 1, which we call UMAD, where you eat only one meal a day, which a
Okay.
lot of people pushing now into our routine. So, when we
Yeah.
regularly fast for religious reasons, we do that. So, 23 is to 1. And then there is alternate day fasting where you eat for every 36 or 48 hours. So, these are all extreme levels. And then there's
Okay.
something called extended fasting where you don't eat for a certain set of days for your body to go into something which nothing cannot buy, which I can talk about later.
All right, perfect. So, how can a person who's completely novice about fitness and intermittent fasting can start off with their journey? And which type would be the perfect one for them to, start off?
Okay. So coming to for a beginner, 16 is to
Yeah,
8 could look like something very difficult because we are already used to that pattern of having, say, at least dinner by 8:30, 9 o'clock and
right,
breakfast by
right.
8 or 9 in the morning. So for a
Yeah,
novice or a beginner, I would say to start with 12 is to 12, where you finish your dinner by 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. and the next day you have your breakfast at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. and you
yeah,
give that 12 hours rest to your gut where it's not I would not call it fasting, but at least to put you into that routine, this will be helpful to help your body to gradually move the window from 12, 14, and then 16. It is easier to do that. So as a beginner, I would
right.
say that starting with a 12 is to 12 or 14 hours of fast is good to start with.
All right, and gradually they can start off with the other variations
Yes,
as well.
yes, yes.
Perfect. So, can we say that intermittent fasting in a way helps in curing PCOS or PCOD?
Personally, I was battling PCOD for 17 years before I knew about intermittent
Okay.
fasting. I've been put on metformin. I've tried all fat diets. I've been to the all the weight losing centers in the world. I've tried sauna bells. Nothing worked.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
once I started intermittent fasting, within 2 years, I've been practicing it for 2.5 years now. But within 2 years of time, my scan reports were normal. My gynec declared that I have reversed PCOS.
wow.
So, not major change, a little bit of change in lifestyle, like, including daily walks and, writing the right amount of nutrition, things like that. Definitely, you can change your status from PCOD to non-PCOD. PCOD is
Yeah,
totally not curable, but at least
yeah.
you can keep that condition in control when you do intermittent fasting.
Perfect. And basically, how much time does it takes for IF to show results?
Probably if a person is starting with 16 is to 8, she should see in 2 to 3 weeks. But then for few people, it might also take a month's time for the body to adapt. And I would always ask them not to check. Even my clients, I ask them to check only once in a week, just to check,
Yeah,
just to track progress. Not like, don't step on the scale every day. It is going to put you into pressure. But definitely in 2 to 3 weeks, you should at least see the water weight, the bloat, and things like that coming off. And then
right.
within a month, the scale should be moving.
All right. And what, according to you, is the perfect diet to have while intermittent fasting?
There's no perfect diet. I prefer home cooked meals. I've not done anything fancy. I've not done keto. I've not done paleo. I take my
Yeah.
regular food that I cook for my family, but I add a little bit of extra protein for myself. That is the only change that I do. Protein in the sense, again, I don't go for synthetic proteins. Proteins like sprouts, paneer, yogurt,
Yeah.
the chicken or the regularly available natural protein sources is what
Right.
I go for. So a balanced meal is what I would always suggest because that is the only thing that is sustainable in a long run. So if you're planning to take this as a lifestyle, a
Yeah.
balanced meal, like you should not avoid yourself or stop yourself from eating anything because after a few weeks you will feel so fatigued that you will go for that automatically. So a
True.
balanced
Yeah.
meal is more than enough to for weight loss. So that's how I lost weight. I did not do any fancy stuff.
All right. So, as you talked about home cooked meals, so can intermittent fasting be taxing for some people? I mean, controlling cravings and stuff. So, how to control that?
So as I said, definitely if the person is like determined to do intermittent fasting, and if tomorrow she's going to start with 16 hours, few of them can put up with 16, few of them could not do that because they're used to that pattern of having breakfast in the
Right.
morning. So you
Yeah.
have to, one thing is gradually building the window. And even in case you're having kind of cravings in the morning, you can take apple cider vinegar and water, green tea, black coffee, anything 0 calorie without
Yeah.
sugar that can spike insulin in your system can be had in the fasting window. So there's certain restriction that you can do.
Yeah.
Um, so that is one thing, and you don't have to what to say. You don't have to put yourself into a bigger window when you start with. So start
Yeah.
very small, even a 12 is to 12 for 2 to 3 weeks, and then you will see the water weight coming off initially when you're into a discipline. So that is how. Definitely for few people it could be taxing, especially if you have diabetes. If
Yeah.
you have PCOS, hypothyroidism, for people who the cravings are more, apple
Yeah.
cider vinegar and water helps to curb the cravings.
All right. So practicing intermittent fasting, is it difficult for working women to do so? Or are
Not
there any
really.
ways to?
Not really.
Okay.
I have almost all my clients are working women, and I handle at least 50 clients in a month. And then it's not like that. It's about how you
Yeah.
practice your system. So I have a toddler at home. I do all the chores at home. I do my
Right.
workout at least 1 to 2 hours a day. I can
Yeah.
do a 3 days fast without food. So it is more of something that you have to do with your mind rather than
Right.
doing with the body. If
Yeah.
you're tired, yes, you can drink water, you can take some rest, you can, take black coffee or green tea. But it is,
Yeah.
again, I feel it is more of willpower and determination to do rather than saying, you're not able to. So there's no restriction for people, working women, to not do IF. So I know a lot of people who are doing it.
Wonderful. And what about pregnant women? Can they practice IF?
No, for pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers, women
Yeah.
who have underwent, or women or men who have underwent surgeries in recent time. So there are few restrictions who cannot follow IF. So breastfeeding mothers, definitely I don't recommend. Though few
Yeah.
people do, I strictly do not recommend until the baby turns 1. And the primary source of nutrition for the baby is solid food, and only the
Right.
mother's feeding for comfort feeding. She can go into intermittent fasting. Pregnant women, a big no. Once you know that you're pregnant, you have to stop fasting because you need a little bit of extra calories and stuff for the
Right.
babies. But you can maintain a routine like 12 is to 12, even when you're pregnant. So that is not a big harm. Like you can do have your dinner by 8 p.m., have your breakfast at 8 a.m. So that is not going to harm the child. But doing extended hours of fasting, I do not recommend. People with diabetes, especially those taking insulin shots, they have to have a word with their doctor before starting any
Right.
kind of fasting, and people with high blood pressure as well. So there are certain restrictions when it comes to fasting. Not everybody can
All
do it.
right. All right. So
And
it
kids,
depends from person to person.
yeah, and kids below
Yeah.
21. So for me, 21 until 21, there is growth in a
Okay.
human body. Though we say above 18, we are all adults. Up to
Yeah.
21, your body is still metaphorically growing. So
Right.
until that, I would not, suggest intermittent fasting.
Definitely. I was coming to this question that what is the appropriate age for anyone to start off with the intermittent fasting?
Yeah, so
So
20
it's
above
after
21
21.
is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Then, so what according to you is the importance for women to be fit, or maybe in general for everyone?
So, a woman to be fit is like, for me, for my goal, why I work out, or my primary goal is a happy mother, is a happy family. So,
Right.
if I am out of pain, I am doing healthy, I am fit. I know that it has a positive impact also on your mental health, right? You don't have
Definitely.
pain, you can act, handle. Already a toddler keeps pushing all the buttons throughout the day, and then you
Yeah.
have your body aches, you have your weight, which is causing you other avalanche of problems. So being fit
Definitely.
for me is not the number on the scale. So if at all it is a number on the scale, then I don't, I'm like, I don't go with that number on the scale. So I
Yeah.
always see the fit of my dress is what matters more. So I started when size 16. Right now I'm between size 8 and size 10. So that is
All right.
like totally fine for me. Which from where I've started, have come a long way. There could be another long way to go, but I'm like totally comfortable with my body, and my blood reports, everything are normal. So
Yeah.
that is where I would call it fit. You are medically fit and you feel good about yourself when you look into the mirror. That is all that matters.
Definitely, definitely. So, talking about intermittent fasting, does workout also helps a lot? And is it necessary to accompany intermittent fasting with workout?
So I would always say I always say my clients say workout is like brushing your teeth. So it is not like an additional core to your lifestyle. If you are looking for a lifestyle change, some kind of physical activity is very important, which could be as
Right.
simple as walking. So I lost all my 30 kgs only by walking. I did not do any
Wow.
fancy gym workout, no lifts, no, I don't even have equipments at home. So every
Yeah.
day I walk about say 8 to 10 kilometers a day. So that is all I did. And then I do some body weight exercises to tone myself. But otherwise, I don't really invest in equipments, buy a treadmill or stuff like that. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
So just a simple, that 1 or 2 hours for yourself is like a gift for in a day. You're gifting
Right.
yourself
Right.
something important. If you're
Definitely.
I'm sorry, if your schedule is like erratic, like you have a late night, you have work and all those stuff, make time, wake up early in the morning, say by 45 minutes earlier, and then
Yeah.
start walking. You will feel that, that refreshing, rejuvenating feel every day. So it
Yeah.
is, so if you ask me, IF and workout is important. It is very important because it boosts the calorie burning one side, and also you're adapting to a lifestyle change, which you're going to carry forever throughout your life. So
Right.
automatically you will stay healthy and fit, irrespective of you following IF or not.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. So coming to the end of the session, what are the some myths that surround IF and that need to be debunked?
Myth, people say it is a strategy. I've heard people saying it
Yeah.
makes you lose muscles. I have heard people say it is what to say, it is a very short term. But I
Yeah.
definitely feel that eating at 8 p.m. and eating at 8 a.m. is sustainable throughout your life. That is what we have been doing. Even when you were a kid, that's what your parents did to you, gave you an early dinner, you went to bed
Right.
early. You got up early, went to school, had your breakfast, stuff like that. But now, when
Yeah.
we became adults, we took all the leverage of ordering from all different food outlets, and then we've
Yeah.
spoiled our entire system. And the thing is, there's the myth around fasting is that you lose muscles when you fast. No, you don't lose muscles when you take the right amount of protein. You don't run into any medical condition. In fact, you will reverse medical conditions. Like when I say I reversed PCOD, it was not like
Yeah.
overnight. It took 2 years of time for my body to adjust to
Definitely.
what I was doing. Your body
Right.
undergoes something called autophagy, where your body starts destroying the bad cells when you're fasting. So, which you
Okay.
cannot get by going to the gym, which you cannot get by being calorie deficit, but
Yeah.
fasting helps you. That is the only reason I think it has been passed on through ages.
Right.
And in the name of religion, in the name of good practice, somehow it is still existing here. So, I feel that all these myths about saying you lose muscle, you lose a lot of hair, your menstrual
Yeah.
cycle not gets disturbed only for IF. Whatever something, whatever new you're doing to your body, say you're gonna
Yeah.
even start walking tomorrow, your menstrual cycle can go on can get delayed, or you can get it early. But that is not because of the particular diet you're following. That is because that routine you've added to your lifestyle. So
Right.
whenever your body goes into stress, the first thing it impacts is your menstrual cycle. So after the third month, I had like irregular periods for 17 years that I didn't even know I was pregnant when I conceived.
Yeah.
So, but then when I started intermittent fasting from that day, my calendar has always been in sync with whatever is on the phone. So it is like that kind of a change it brings into your lifestyle. So all that myths people talk about is still a myth. So I'm talking
Right.
from this side who experienced all the positives. So that is what I can say. All the myths are like you don't lose muscles, you don't lose hair, your menstrual cycle will be on track. So
Wonderful.
yeah. So yeah, I think few people have asked few
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. We shall take the questions from the audience.
Yeah.
So, yeah, someone has asked, how do you add extra protein
You
in your
don't
diet?
have to add extra protein. So you have to take a certain amount of protein every day basis. Okay. So there's nothing
Okay.
called extra protein. Unfortunately, our Indian food is more of carbs and less protein, but it has
Yeah.
to be vice versa, more of protein and less carbs. So your body weight multiplied by 0.6. So say I'm a 60 kg person. So I
Yeah.
have to at least minimum take 36 grams of protein in a day. So I used to calculate, I use an app to calculate how much protein I take. I use MyFitnessPal or something like that. I just calculate the protein intake, which I can consume by taking a couple of eggs, a bowl of sprouts, or paneer or soya burji or
Yeah.
whatever or tur dal, whatever dal I take for the day. That is more than enough, to fit in your requirement. You don't need extra protein as such, if you're asking me. Yeah. So
All
that's
right.
about the protein question.
Perfect. So the next question is that, ma'am, can you suggest food to increase collagen for skin to heal?
See, collagen is available in all food that is rich in vitamin C. It is available in egg yolk, rich in biotin like mushrooms and chicken stock, bone broth, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
if you, as a nutritionist, I suggest liquid collagen or powdered collagen that can be taken above 30 or 35 when you feel that your skin is losing elasticity. You can do that in the form of liquid or powdered because it gets more easily absorbed by the bloodstream rather than taking it as food, getting it converted into collagen and then taking it. So anything, any vegetable that has fiber, anything high in protein, or even egg yolks and fish
Yeah.
and anything rich in omega-3, everything is good for collagen. But the amount they produce is very little. So that is
Yeah.
the difference. That is why you have to go for either powdered or liquid collagen to boost your collagen immediately.
Perfect. And someone's asking how to control the tea cravings that we have after waking up.
See, you can take black coffee again, green tea. Your craving is here. Your craving is not in the stomach. Your craving is in your mind. So take hot water. Like once I wake up in the morning, my routine is I grab a 500 ml of water in the morning. The moment I wake up, so I
Yeah.
drink that and I go for 15 to 20-minute walk around my house. Just I don't even go outside. I just go
Yeah.
around to check everything is in place. So that is all you have to do. You forget your tea cravings and stuff and then constantly hydrating yourself. You can take apple cider vinegar with water. You can take water with pink salt. You can take black coffee, green tea, sparkling water. If anything, 0 calories can be taken in fasting window, or even
Okay.
lemon infused water can be taken in the morning. So in fasting window, it
Perfect.
doesn't harm. So that way you can, subside your cravings.
Wonderful. I hope that answers the question. So the next question is, what is a balanced diet?
So balanced diet, it has to have carbs, it has to have protein, it has to have fiber, it has to have fat. So if someone's saying avoid fat, don't take
Yeah.
fat, or go for full fat and reduce your carbs to less than 100 grams, that is not a balanced diet. So a balanced diet is where you take all the meals in the right proportion and and according to your TDE, so which is your total daily energy expenditure, you can calculate that on Google and see for your height and weight how much protein, how much carbs, how much fiber you have to take, and balancing your food to take all those things you can. So I don't ask my people, or neither do I, control myself having a pizza. If I have a
Yeah.
pizza, I just see that it is within my calorie limit for the day. So that is all. So a balanced diet is having all that you like in moderate quantity, moderate proportion is what is called a
Yeah.
balanced diet.
Wonderful. So there's another question. Can we take lemon water with honey?
Now with honey, so what is the purpose of lemon water with honey? There's nothing except boosting your insulin. It is a big myth. Lemon water can be taken, but honey does not do anything good to you. So you can take
Oh,
honey in the eating window, but in fasting window, anything with calories is gonna break your fast. So ideally, no
okay.
lemon water with honey, just lemon water. That too infused lemon water, not lemon juice. So don't take it as juice because again, it has fructose, which is natural fruit sugar, which will break your fast. So go for infused lemon water where you can, cut slice lemon pieces and then put them in the water for at least have them in the water at least for 24 hours, and then you can drink
Yeah.
that infused lemon water.
All right. Perfect. So the next question is, can a diabetic person go for intermittent fasting?
Definitely, yes. I know people who have reverse diabetes also with intermittent fasting. On my own clients,
Wow.
I have senior clients who are 70, 72, who are
Yeah.
battling, with diabetes,
Right.
hypertension and stuff like that. They have gone for IF. They do 16 hours of 18 hours of fasting now after slowly building the window, and then their
Yeah.
values have come down. Their HbA1c value is now normal, almost in the pre-diabetic range. They're not no more diabetic at 72. So
Yeah.
definitely it is reversible, but you need a guide or guidance to help you understand what to eat, what not to eat, and how to follow it. So don't do it on your own if you're having diabetes.
Perfect. So, guys, if you have any other questions, please make sure to drop in. And if you need any further assistance, then you can definitely go and check out her
Yeah.
page and get in touch with her. She goes by the handle Fasting and More.
Yeah, someone's asked me if I'm a certified dietitian. Yes, I am. I'm
Yeah.
certified by International Sports and Science Association. I have my license number, so which is accredited by US, where I can practice across 200 countries, as a dietitian or a nutritionist. So you can ping me if you have any questions.
Wonderful. So yeah, I think with this we come to the end of the session. It was great having you, Sasirekha. You shared some really valuable information.
Thank you. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thank you for having me on your handle.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, keep supporting. In case of any queries, you can DM me. Can I have filter coffee? No, anything with calories will break your fast. So that is the ground rule. Filter coffee has calories, so it breaks your fast. So it throws you out of ketosis where your body will not be burning fat as fuel. So I hit a plateau by doing 16 is to 8. I have not losing any weight. You have to move your window up to 18 is to 6 in case you hit a plateau, or change your food pattern, or increase your workout. So these are the three ways you overcome a weight plateau. So I think that's about it. And
Yeah.
thank you guys for having me on the line.
Thank you so much for doing this with us. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Vaishnavi. Bye bye.
Bye.